I will do one or two more. I'm not leaving. I'll just officially dismiss the meeting. If you want to stay and ask some more questions, I'll stay. Thanks for coming out. I really do appreciate it. We're going to work with you to get through this rough time. Unfortunately, in this district, we see that in Niagara, we see that at K.I. Sawyer, we see it at Wordsmith, we see it at Alpena, Rogers City, Ontonagon. We've been through this before. We always get through it. Mike, thanks for being here. Governor's office, the senators, thanks for being here. Let me go on this side of the room. Way back here. Don't forget to turn in your orange card. Okay, go ahead. Hang on, let me come up here so I can hear you. Go ahead. Good question. The question was, what as we as citizens, what can we do to try to appeal to Smurfit to do something with this mill, make it available, whatever we're going to do. Your letter writing campaign.
What about other businesses? Why is it every time we get somebody interested in coming in here, we got somebody crying because there might be a truck going down the river?
I agree. That's the. I agree with you. What one person see as a job, someone else might see as a nuisance. As a community, remember I said earlier, community leaders have got to come together. You've done a great job of hitting a nerve with Smurfit Stone. I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to do so. Understand, Stone. It's a private corporation. It's in Chapter 11, not Chapter 7. They're reorganizing. They spun off two mills, us and Montana. Okay? We got to keep the pressure on. We got to get them to keep that heat on in that mill so that we don't have problems with things for prospective employers, potential people that might want to go in there. You have done a fantastic job. You have good community.
We can file a lawsuit against them to keep the power on.
You don't have to.
Is there a way to do that?
It's got to be a viable asset.
I'm going to say no. Here's the reason why.
Why?
It's Chapter 11. They're reorganizing. What they're looking at is what is in the best interest of the Smurfit Stone shareholders, stockholders. They've spun off two plants. Whether we agree with that decision or not, they're getting rid of two plants to improve their bottom line. They are over, what, 100 and some million in bankruptcy. And they got to come up with a plan. I don't think it makes sense for Stone, let's say, like to demolish this plant, because not only do you have the cost of demolishing it, the environmental issues that I know Mike and I are both concerned about, they would have to be cleaned up. So it would be in their best interest, financial interest, to sell the property and get a new customer in there. But the bankruptcy is looking at what's in the best interest for the viability of this corporation. Unfortunately, not necessarily Ontonagon, Michigan. Now, the union does have a seat or two on the board of Smurfit Stone. I know your letters have had impact. They've said so. We've been trying to get answers. And I'll probably get myself in trouble, but I'll tell you honestly, I have tons of paper mills in my district, as you know. Of all the corporations I've dealt with in my time in Washington, the one I've had the least amount of contact with corporate officials, not the local officials, but corporate officials, is Stone Container, Smurfit Stone. Your local people were always on top of it, on this mill. Wood supply, keep our port open, make sure we can get this done. They were good. Corporate, I see Verso, I see New Page, I see Champion, I see International, all of them are me, they're always in my office. I sit on one of the key committees. Stone, I think they've been in my office once. So their focus is elsewhere. The bankruptcy focus is how do you keep this company going? You're looking long term in the future. So, can you bring a claim and try to keep it open? Sure. But you know who has standing? The top 20 creditors. Not the person who used to work there, unfortunately.